Hey, you're watching Vinyl 4 Miles, your best resource for music and audio gear reviews. Today we're checking out some really cool products from Xvive. We're checking out their U4 wireless in-ear monitor system, and something that pairs really nicely with this system is their T9 in-ear monitors. Stick around. Hey guys, welcome back. This is Vinyl 4 Miles, your go-to destination for music, audio gear, and insights. If that's something you're interested in, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, bell notification, so you don't miss out on my future videos. Today we have the pleasure of checking out the U4 wireless in-ear monitor system and their T9 in-ear monitors. I'm going to be breaking this video up into chapters, so if you'd like to check one of these products out or the other, you can skip to those sections below. Full disclosure, both of these products were sent to the channel for free. However, I am not being paid to produce this video. Every product that is sent into Vinyl 4 Miles goes through 2 weeks of extensive testing, and if it falls below my standards, I just don't make a video. That being said, let's kick off the video by checking out the U4 wireless in-ear monitor system. The first thing you'll be presented with when you open up the box is the transmitter and the receiver, as you can see right here. Now you're also going to get this nice little adapter. And this is great for monitoring systems or PAs that don't have an XLR input. You are going to have your instructions and warranty card. Make sure you hold on to these and register your product with the warranty. And finally, you do get a nice little travel pouch. Now, it depends on what system you buy. If you buy the U4T9 system they sell in Sweetwater, it does come with a hard case. But if you buy them individually like I have here, you will get a soft case for the U4 system, and you do get a hard case included for the T9s. So my initial reactions when I pulled these out of the box is that they were made for durability and longevity. Now the housing of both of these units are not plastic, they're aluminum, they're sturdy. You can tell that these things can take a beating and take a live stage environment with no issues. So taking a look at the U4 receiver, the first thing you're gonna notice right here is a very large volume knob. And the cool thing about this is there's divots on it, so you can actually just reach down at your hip and turn the volume up and down without even looking at it. On the left-hand side here, you will have your channel selection for choosing the wireless channel. Just make sure you're always on the same channel as the transmitter if you want to receive audio. Moving to the top, you do have your audio jack that you're going to connect your in-ear monitors to and your on-off switch. Flipping the unit around on the back, you're going to have a nice belt clip that you can clip to your hip, your waist, your belt, your guitar strap, pretty much anywhere you can think of. On the left side here, you do have a micro USB connection. That's going to be for charging the unit. Now there's two other areas I wanted to point out here that are a little bit hard to see in this light, but you do have two additional LEDs on the front of the unit, and that's going to give you your battery strength and signal strength. So if this unit is low on battery, an LED will light up, and if you're having poor signal strength, you're also going to have visibility into that as well. So here's the transmitter. This thing is definitely built like a tank as well. You have a mix of aluminum and plastic where the antenna is at. So starting off on the left-hand side, you do have a micro USB slot to charge it. Moving down, you do have your wireless channel selection. Again, make sure that the receiver and the transmitter are on the same channel. Above that, you do have your power and mute switch, and you do have an auxiliary and line switch as well. This little button here helps you release it if you are locked into an XLR input. And it does come with this really nice adapter that simply clicks into place if you're using this with a monitoring system, a snake, or a PA system that does not have an XLR monitor out. So let's go over some of the specifications with the transmitter and the receiver. So Xvive says you get about 5 hours of use out of the transmitter and the receiver once fully charged, which is great. Most gigs are not going to last longer than 5 hours unless you're in Dream Theater or Yes. So I think you're going to be okay. Just make sure you charge both of these the night before. Xvive says this can transmit up to 90 feet with clear line of sight. Now, one outstanding feature of this system is their low latency output. Now this ensures real-time audio playback with minimal delays. So the Xvive U4 receiver can be paired with other higher-end wireless monitoring systems. You don't actually have to have an Xvive transmitter to receive audio with this smaller pack. So let's talk about the practical applications with the U4 system. Now, first and foremost, you can use this in a live environment. If you do have a PA system and a mixer, all you have to do is connect the transmitter to the monitor out. You can have your full band in the mix and transmit it to up to 4 of these packs. So if you're in a 4-piece band, this should have no issues transmitting. If you're in a 5 or more piece band, you can just use the monitor stereo out and get 2 of these transmitters and transmit up to 8 different packs. Now, live environments aside, this is a great tool for studio use too. If you're mixing, you're mastering, you're recording, you're doing vocals or guitar, you can use this wireless system with your DAW and your audio setup. Simply connect this to the monitor out, and it will also free you up of having all those wires coming out of your computer. This is also great for practice. If you have a guitar amp that has a simulated cab out, like my amp head over here, this is the Synergy Syn 30. there is an XLR on the back that gives you a mix. And I actually tested this out on there, which allowed me to listen to my guitar amp wirelessly, play anywhere in my room, and only have to worry about my input cable going into my amp head. So as you can see, there's all kinds of practical applications you can use this for. What I'm gonna go over now is how to set this up and how to use it. All right, so the first thing you're gonna wanna do is turn on your transmitter, which I have on right now. I have it turned to power, and I'm going to go to line. So as you can see, the blue light comes on, and you're gonna wanna connect this to your monitor out on your mixer. So in this case, I do have a smaller little mini mixer, my little Yamaha here that I do for smaller gigs. I do have a monitor out, I have a mono or a stereo. So I'm gonna plug this in using the adapter into the mono out. Here's my monitor out mix. I will turn that up to about 7, and I'm pretty much done with the transmitter now, so I can plug my band in. I selected channel 1 on here. All right, on the receiver, I'm gonna go ahead and select channel 1. That's the first thing I'm gonna do. And then you can connect your in-ears, your headphones, whatever you want. So as you can see, I got my T9s in. I'm gonna take the 3.5mm jack and I'm gonna plug it directly into the pack. I am then going to put the pack on my hip. You can either use your waistband, your back pocket, a guitar strap, whatever. And I drape the cable behind my back like so. And that's it. Now I'm ready to rock. I am getting a full mix. I have the channel set, and now I can adjust my volume to where it needs to be. So why don't we go ahead, bring all this gear outside, and let's put this to the test. Let's see how far we can actually go using this transmitter in a straight line of sight. They advertise 90 feet. I'm hoping to at least get 100, so let's go test it out. So I have my little small Yamaha mixer set up here, right? I have a music streaming device connected to the auxiliary in, my monitor out. I have the U4 connected, the transmitter. I got the U4 receiver on my hip right here. I have the T9s. I'm gonna try this entire system out. Now, apparently you can go up to 90 feet, direct line of sight. I'm gonna see how far we can go and record with my Apple Watch here. I'm hoping we can crank out at least 100 feet direct line of sight before I lose my signal. So you should be able to hear that, right? Just so you know I'm not bullshitting you guys or faking it. So let's put the monitor in. All right, I got audio. I'm good to go. Let's see how far I can walk. So I can still hear it crystal clear. All right. I can still hear it crystal clear, so you guys can hear. I'm still getting audio. Let's see how far I can go. I'm still in direct line of sight. I still have audio, listen. I still have audio. I don't know if I lost my mic signal by now. You can hear the audio playing. All right, so we're back in the studio. We fully tested this thing out. I was shocked. I got over 250 feet where I did not lose the signal. So there you have it. That is the U4 wireless in-ear monitor system with the transmitter and the receiver. Now that we got the U4 system out of the way, why don't we dive into the T9 in-ear monitors? So let's dive into the T9s. Now these are going to be dual balanced armature drivers. And if you're wondering what's the difference between an armature driver and like a dynamic driver, I did a really cool video you can check out up here on in-ear monitors and explain the difference. Some really high-end in-ear monitors actually combine the two. They'll have a dynamic and an armature driver, but this one does have two balanced armature drivers, which is great. This is the technology most in-ear monitors use. It's been used for a very long time in hearing aids and other hearing technology. It's small, compact, and it allows you to fit multiple different drivers into a single in-ear body. If you're a technical guy, the impedance on these is 59 ohms. So the sensitivity of these are going to be at 1 kilohertz at 120 dB, and they are very clear and articulate with the mix. So why don't we take a look at what comes inside the box. When you open this up, you're presented with a nice Xvive logo. You have the T9 right there. You do get a very nice carrying case. So Xvive does include this nice, it's kind of like a hard soft shell case. You do get a 1/4-inch adapter, so if you have a mixing system that doesn't use 3.5mm, you can use this. It's nice that it comes with it. It comes with a cleaning tool. This cleaning tool has a metal hook on the end and a brush to get all your earwax and gunk out of the system. And then it does have a nice little pouch that you can put all of your accessories in. It also comes with a ton of universal ear tips. That's the great thing about this system. It is universal. It's not a custom molded system, so you can use pretty much any aftermarket ear tip you want and any aftermarket cable too. So here we have the in-ears themselves. Now these are really cool looking. They're a clear body. You can see the dual balanced drivers in there. It does have a Xvive logo on the outside, and that logo is in a metallic shine. So these are hand assembled, their quality checks are top notch. Now they do have some really nice replaceable cables and they use a very universal set. So if you pull these off, it does have a 2-prong cable. If you go on to any audiophile website, you can buy premium cables to use with these in-ears. So moving on, I do have the large ear tips installed, but kind of show you how easy it is to pull them on and off. You could just pull them right off. There's the tube right there. Make sure you keep this nice and clean. So all you have to do is really squeeze the ear tip, press it into place, and you just push it on until you kind of feel it get nice and snug, and that's pretty much it. Now they do feature a nice little wrap design. This goes behind the back of your ear. And the cool thing about these is they do tell you which ear you're in. So there's a left or a right on both sides. There is a cable cinch on the back here, which is nice. So you can get them nice and tight behind your head if you're pulling these on. I mean, the cable itself is nothing really special. I've seen higher quality cables. It does have a gold tip with a 3.5 millimeter jack. So that's nice. I always prefer gold tips on anything, obviously. Now, when it comes to these in-ears, you're not gonna get yourself audiophile quality. I would put these at the mid-tier mark. I've tried out much higher end, 6 or 6 driver in-ears that have a lot more clarity and bass. But these do have pretty decent bass, pretty decent highs. It does sound very crisp. It is very well suited for live music. I did put it through my dock and my amp, and I did listen to some hi-fi FLAC files. I thought it stood up, it sounded pretty good. I believe these in-ears are around $199 if you're to buy them retail, and I think they do definitely perform at the $199 level. So if you're going to buy these, don't expect them to sound like $2,000 custom molded in-ears. They will sound good, but you're not gonna get yourself top of the line audiophile quality. So real quick, I'm just gonna show you the proper way to wear these. If you're a beginner and this is your first time diving into in-ears, you're gonna wanna drape the cable behind your back. You're gonna put them in your ears and you're gonna wrap that little hoop behind the back of your ear. That's what locks them into place. These are not gonna fall out. Let me get my left ear here. Put them into place, wrap them behind your ear. And then you're gonna take the little cinch on the back here and you should tighten it as much as you can, right about there. And you should have about like 2 fingers length to put behind it. So what this is gonna do is it's gonna keep it from getting tangled in like your guitar strap or on stage, on a mic. And you can drape this either inside your shirt, the rest of this cable inside your shirt if you'd like, or just down your back. Then you would connect it directly to the pack and you're good to go. All right, so now that I've gone over all the cool features with the T9 in-ear monitors, and I showed you how both systems work together really well, let's get into my honest feedback. Why don't we start off with the negatives, okay? So the only negatives I found with this entire system is that it's using a micro USB slot. It is a few years old, but I think it is time for Xvive to make an updated version of this that uses USB-C. Nobody uses micro USB anymore. Nobody keeps those cables around. That aside, I don't have any other negatives to say about this. At the price point, about $399 for the transmitted receiver and the T9 in-ear monitors, this is a hell of a deal. I didn't witness any lack of audio quality using this system. I was able to stretch about 5 hours and 15 minutes out of the receiver, and I got about 5 hours out of the transmitter. So they're pretty accurate when it comes to their statements that they're making online as to how long these battery packs last. And like I mentioned and showed you in the video, I was able to get about 250 feet of transmission on this system, which is well over twice of what they're advertising online. Now these in-ear monitors, the only criticism I have with the T9s was I would like to see a higher quality cable included, but if you're a beginner and this is your first in-ear system, I think these will do just fine. But overall, I'm very, very impressed with it. So if you guys are interested in the Xvive U4 wireless transmission system or the T9 in-ear monitors, I'm putting a link below. Definitely worth you checking out. And Xvive, thanks so much for sending it to the channel. And again, my only feedback is go ahead and do a version 2 of this with a USB-C, and I think this will be a 10 out of 10 product. So thanks for joining me on this in-depth review. I hope you found this video helpful in your purchasing decision. If you'd like to see more, go ahead and give me a subscribe to check out future videos, and leave a comment below. What do you think of the Xvive system? What do you think of their wireless transmitters? I would love to hear from you guys, and what products would you like me to check out next? Until next time, I'm Michael. Thanks so much for watching. See ya.